asking on this. Grateful to you, John, for joining us. You are already appalled by the implementation of this tax. Is it too late for the minority to do something to get government to back down? And what exactly does the minority intend to do to get government to listen to what Ghanaians are saying?
Well, it's unfortunate that government and the MPs use their numbers to pass this unfortunate law. Indeed, when we realized that our numbers could not prevent this law from being passed, we even proposed that a dedicated account be set up so that these monies can accrue into this account to promote electric vehicle usage. That was not taken in good faith. And so just like the pollution levy, this money will be commingled with a consolidated fund, and it will be very difficult to even track what that money will be used for. And the issue is not just about the minority. I keep saying it's about Ghana. The minority did this part, voted against it, but they used their numbers and passed it. It's my hope that we'll change this government, because President Mahama has indicated that on assumption of office, he will review some of these taxes. Those that make sense, they ought to be used for their intended purpose. We've been paying pollution levy. Have you seen any report on the usage of funds accrued from the pollution levy? What is the difference between pollution levy and this emissions levy? Already, we are paying pollution levy. We are paying COVID levy. We are paying financial sector levy. We are paying energy sector recovery levy. Today, we are paying VAT on non-life insurance. Today, we are paying E-Levy. Even our income tax bracket has been reconfigured, and we are paying more. We are paying growth and stabilization levy. And then on top of that, we're supposed to pay emissions levy. The taxes are just too many. What it does is that it makes this country uncompetitive as compared to other countries. You check around, do your underground investigation, and you get to know that there's a lot of smuggling coming into this country. Because when you look at our neighboring countries, our taxes are just way, way, way too high. And so it encourages tax evasion and it encourages smuggling. And the long-term effect is that it will negatively impact economic growth. There's always a threshold. Beyond that tax threshold, you might not gain the revenue that you even require, like we saw in E-Levy, or it would affect growth. Because if you look at last year's figure and that of 2022, even though we are recovering from COVID, the ports are recording negative growth in terms of throughput. And
but John, the majority that, a vehicle owner will pay due to this tax is 300 cedis per annum. How does that really lead to, burdening the entrepreneur such that it makes the economy an uncompetitive one?
Don't look at this in isolation. You're also going to pay what we call a VAT on their insurance now. All vehicle owners, when you do your comprehensive insurance, because it's insurance, you do not pay VAT. Now you're going to pay VAT. They're already paying pollution levy when they buy fuel. Now you are adding emissions levy. And so when you aggregate all these taxes, that's a huge burden on vehicle owners and transport owners in terms of commercial drivers and transport owners will pass this on to consumers, and it will have a cascading effect.
But,
so
will they really be?
We are talking of a multiplicity of taxes.
But will they be justified enough to say that 300 annually, you want to spread it and charge me the person who's coming to board the transport?
Certainly, they will pass it on to the consumer. That's a fact. And that will affect your pocket.
Will they be
300 is nothing. It means it's no money. Why is government going after the 300? They believe that is money. And 300 could be somebody's money when it comes to even startup capital somewhere.
Yeah, I understand.
So
but we are looking at the justification for using it as a means of increasing transport fares.
Well, they would factor it in. And I'm saying it's not just this. There's also the VAT on insurance. In fact, even if government had dedicated this money to a particular fund and say, let's get some vantage point where we'll put some charging systems for electric vehicles. Because today, even if you bring an electric vehicle, how are you going to charge it? So that at vantage points, maybe where you have lorry parks, we can construct these charging centers so that vehicles can go there and charge. It makes sense. People are not really so much against taxation. But when the taxes collected are not used for their intended purpose, it creates a big problem. And the truth is that government is trying to fulfill an IMF conditionality. It's as simple as that.
Okay.
This is not anything about emission.
Okay.
Check Ghana's emission globally. It's negligible. So if you want to promote electric vehicles, let us dedicate this fund into a dedicated account.
Okay.
Set up a body and ensure that we promote the usage of electric vehicles.